Hello again, my name is Rodney Reynolds and welcome to another video review. Today I will be looking at the Easy Swap removable hard drive racks from Vantec. I'll be looking at two models today, 102FD and the 103F. I will be looking at two products here from Vantec today, the Easy Swap products. One of them is the MRK 102FD and the other one's the MRK 103F. Now, the 102FD is the one with the very cute display. Both of these, of course, come with locks. All the screws you need to mount these. You also get an installation guide. They differ, obviously. You can see here there's no display in the 103F model. Now, let me just go over these separately just to show you some of the key features on them. The 102FD, of course, has this very cute display here. I will be going over that display a little later on in this video review. Both of these have the lever here to release the hard drive and pull it out, of course, when it's unlocked. When it's locked, you have a couple positions here. You got one which you can completely remove the drive like so. Just basically pull it out, and it comes out very, very easily, of course. This would be mounted into your main system, this part right here, and once you want to bring it back, you just slide it back in. So it's very, very simple to do. And once you have done that, of course, when you bring it back to the system, you want to make sure that it's either locked and not powered on, or it's locked and it's powered on. You have a couple positions here. The one which is called C, which is right down to the bottom, you can remove the hard drive completely. The one that's just next to it, clockwise, is called B, and that position basically is locked but not powered on. And position A, which is all the way up, is basically powered on as well as locked. On the back of the unit here, we have a fan which actually ports air out of the unit. Right here is where the IDE connection goes. Of course, this does support ATA 133, and right here is the power connection. Of course, this goes connected directly to your power supply. The 103F differs, of course, from the 102FD only by the display here in the front. On the 103F, you have a couple of lights here. These are hard drive activity and the power on states. Uses the same lever really here to take the drive out. Same way, it pulls all the way out when it's unlocked. Same setup here in the locking mechanism. You have it completely unlocked, you have it locked but powered off, and as well as locked and powered on. On the back here we have this fan which actually ports out all the hot air. Right here is the IDE connection. Of course, this does also support ATA 133, and right here is the power connection, of course, being plugged directly into your power supply. Installation on these are pretty similar. They come really in two parts. This part here goes attached to your case and in your case, and you can see here when the inside part is removed, a nice little drop down bay here drops down and says Vantec. That's kind of neat. Also right here, of course, this is the place where the hard drive would be installed. You have a plate here across the top which you need to remove, and of course then you attach all the cables to the hard drive, put the cover back on, and just push this back into the unit. It's pretty simple to do. I'll just show you in further detail on the model, the MRK 102FD. It's a little more detailed on this one. I'll just show you how all these connections work. Looking inside the 102FD, this is the one with the display on the front. Of course, that differs itself from the 103F. However, there's a few other things in here which distinguishes itself from the 103F, is these three connections right here, the yellow, red, and green. Now, these go connected to your hard drive. You have to follow the manual to do this. It's different depending on which hard drive you actually have. Also, something that's different between this one and the 103F is basically there's a thermal sensor right here, of course, for the front display. It will show you the temperature that your hard drive is at. What is common, though, with the 103F is a power connection. This goes connected directly into the hard drive that you have, and also right here is the IDE connection. Of course, this does support ATA 133 on both models, and this goes connected directly into the hard drive. Also, something else that's noteworthy here is the fact that the chassis of this, the basic body of this, is aluminum, which is great for distributing heat. Something else which distinguishes the 102 from the 103 is these dip switch settings here in the back. These are basically to tell the unit whether the drive is in master or slave mode, and you would have to refer to the manual for these particular settings, and actually these settings are dependent upon these cable connections here, depending again upon which particular hard drive you have. You can see here, of course, this is backlit. Very easy to see what is on the display. Let me just go over some of the things that are actually on this particular display. At the top left-hand corner, right here, you'll notice that this is an activity. It shows activity of the hard drive. If I go ahead now and launch a program, you will see that that will become active and show you that there is some activity going on there. Right here, next to the right of that, is a master or a slave. It will show you whether your hard drive is in master or slave mode. And to the right of that, you'll see a fan actually spinning. That's the fan on the unit itself. It shows you that it is operational. Now, to the right of that, you'll see a little tiny temperature gauge. That's just to show you roughly where the temperature is at. And also, of course, you will see my temperature here of the hard drive, 34.3 degrees Celsius. Now, you can also adjust Celsius or Fahrenheit by just going to Set. And you can go ahead here and adjust it to Fahrenheit or Celsius. And once you've done that, you can then set the threshold. So if it reaches 50 degrees C is the default. If it reaches this default, the alarm will sound. Also in here we have what's called a HUTR. That stands for Hard Drive Usage Time Record. You can see here I've had this hard drive on for 13 hours. That's very convenient to have to see how long your hard drive is in your system, how long it's functioning, and how long it will last. This product has been in the industry for some time now, basically in the SCSI work environment where you really are hardcore and you're swapping drives in and out for work-related reasons only. Now, these drives, of course, are basically meant for transportability, security, and of course they are affordable, especially the Vantec 103F model. Now the 102FD with a display onto it is a little bit more expensive, but it does show you that temperature, a few other things as well, of course, as the uptime of your particular hard drive. However, both of the models are very similar and they offer you really the same thing. They offer you security, transportability, and both of these again are pretty affordable. Now, how would a home user use a product like this? Well, I have a few suggestions. If you're into LAN parties and you don't want to have your hard drive sitting at that LAN party for a few days and you don't want someone else to maybe look at your data or whatever else you've got on your hard drive, you can remove it. Or if you're transporting it somewhere, of course you can remove your hard drive from the main system because hard drives are pretty particular when it comes to motion as well as sudden drops or anything like that. So that's certainly a big deal as well. You don't want to lose your hard drive. Another application for this is you have maybe one computer at home, but you have a couple users. Maybe each user should have a rack as well. Basically, it's a hard drive. Of course, inside the rack, you could basically pop in the hard drive depending upon the user that's using the system. It's very easy to do this, as I've shown you. Put it in there, install it, pop it in, lock it up, unlock it, bring it back out. So it's very, very simple, and there's many applications that you could find to use this particular product. But overall, this is a kick-ass product. Again, my name is Rodney Reynolds, and this has been another video review. Be sure to check back very soon. I will have a brand new one for you then. Also, check out my website at www.3dgameman.com, and while you're there, pop into the forums. You can go in there and register if you haven't already. Registration is free, and of course, you can leave your own suggestions and comments, and you can find out all kinds of information about this product and about all of the products which I video review. Until the next time, take care.